What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of My Perspective Podcast. This your boy Big Hawk, aka Aaron Hawkins. I'm glad y'all can make it back. Join me one more again for another episode. Man, it's been a long day. Your boy kind of tired, a little tired, but nevertheless, man, this topic been on my chest all day today. It's a little touchy, but it's just been on my chest all day. I'm kind of impromptu today. I ain't got no format. I don't have it's just kind of off the dome today. But it's just been on my mind, big time, all day. I don't know why. It's just been on my mind. I guess I had a trigger today, but it's been on my mind, so we're gonna talk about it. Before we get started, man, I'm coming to you from Breezewood, Pennsylvania today. This is where I'm shut down at for the night. Breezewood, Pennsylvania, heading to Michigan. Had to get me a shower, man. I got that shower. I felt so good. I just wanted to lay down and relax a little bit. So I just shut it down early today. But I've been up since 4 o'clock. So yeah, it's been a long day. But yeah, want to talk about a topic. Man, it may not apply to everybody, but for those who can relate, I want y'all feedback in the comments. Do me a favor. Please, 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 and like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. So we can get this thing jumping, get this thing popping, get some good interviews. Y'all gonna see me talking a lot, in my studio, in my truck. This is my little apartment. But also, we're gonna work on some interviews with some ladies. Men too, but we want to get the opposite sex opinion about a particular topic that we're going to discuss on My Perspective Podcast. Because my podcast is just basically a podcast based on perspective, based on perception. Like I say, perception is how you see things. It's an old saying. I find it to be very true. Your perception is your reality. So there's no right or wrong answer to nothing. There's no absolute truth to an answer because of how we see things. So how you see things, that's your truth. And your perspective is how you think about something, how you think things to be. So one of them is coming from visual, one of them is coming from mental. Your perception and your perspective. So it's just basically about how you see things versus how I see things. So we're working on some interviews. We're working on getting some better topics. Ultimately, we want to get out in the truck, get into a studio, or get into a different place where we can have an interview style podcast. But I've been holding on and pushing it back and pushing it back. I supposed to start my podcast a year ago, but one of the things to be perfect, and shit ain't gonna ever be perfect. So I just started it. Circumstances come up, things change in your life. You have to just pivot and keep it pushing. So that's what we're doing. But yeah, so please, 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 man, y'all like, share, subscribe, and comment to my channel, please. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. So we want to talk about moving forward after you lost your person, that one person that you thought you was gonna do forever with. And for whatever reason, it just didn't work out. Have you ever? I'm an older cat, so I'm pushing 50. My next birthday, I'll be 50 years old. So it applies to probably more older sector of people, more older generation. Younger folk, they may or may not have found their person or found a person that they wanted to do life with forever. They probably still just trying to figure things out. But people my age, 40 and up, a lot of us have met that person that we thought was going to be our life partner. And for whatever reason, it may or may not have happened. Some of y'all with y'all life partner. Some of y'all with y'all soulmate. Some of y'all with y'all high school sweetheart, and that's beautiful. That's beautiful. But the majority of us, we ain't so fortunate. So for the ones who ain't so fortunate, um, I just want to have a conversation. Just want to talk. Y'all, let me know in the comment what y'all think about what I'm saying. You found that person, you met that person that just did it for you. You met that person that just, man, they just did it for you. She was the one, love at first sight, or it was just so easy to love them. Everything was just effortless, right? But then for whatever reason, it just didn't work. It just didn't work. How hard was it for you to bounce back from that? How hard was it for you to bounce back from that? Um, like I say, I'm 49 years old. This is on my second marriage. My wife, this is her first marriage, but we both been through a lot. We both been through a lot, and we both, had some serious relationships in our life. So, and we both have had a person in our life that we thought was gonna be our life partner, to death do us part, our forever love. And for whatever reason, it just didn't work. So for you all who have experienced that failed love that you thought that was gonna be forever, how do you handle it? How did you overcome it? And how does it affect your current relationship or your future relationship moving forward? I think about I was married. My first marriage, of course, I married not to be divorced. I married for to death do us part, but it didn't work out for whatever reason. It didn't work out. It bothered me. It bothered me. I felt like a failure. I felt like a real failure. I let my kids down. I let myself down. I felt like I let my parents down. Ultimately, I didn't honor my commitment. I didn't keep my commitment. And that bothered me for a long time. Now, I tried to be macho about it. I tried to be tough about it, act like it wasn't no big deal. Life happens, you just gotta move on. But unfortunately, you have to move on. But how you move on is the question. How do you deal with it? I didn't deal with it that great. I went through depression. I went through depression. I was in a dark place for a long time. Did I think my ex-wife was my soulmate? I did. However, I didn't look at her and see love at first sight. I seen a beautiful woman who was a hustler, a go-getter, and that's attracted to me, a real go-getter. I love a woman who don't mind putting that work in, getting her hands dirty, work for what she wants. That makes me as a man jump in with her, and we're gonna multiply that thing faster because she got good work ethic, I got good work ethic. And then two, we were both from the same Christian background. So it made it easy for us to not date because we had fun dating, but it made it easy for us because we come from the same walk of life, similar paths. Our paths were similar, so it made it easier for us to connect and to begin a relationship and ultimately get married. And we had a good bond, and we were friends. We were really friends. I don't think, from my perspective, looking back, I don't want to diminish what we had because it wasn't all bad. It wasn't all bad. We had a lot of good times. We had a lot of bad times too. But I don't know. I'm trying to explain it without trying to diminish what we had because she gave me 3 beautiful children. She gave me what I always wanted. So I'll forever be grateful to her for that. We had our conflict, we just didn't have the same vision in life. So we wasn't walking. We were walking together, but we was walking in disagreements more than we walked in agreements. And that probably ultimately caused the demise of our marriage and our relationship. She was my friend. Like, she was my confidant. Like, she was my best friend. She was all the things that I wanted in a relationship. Other than we just how we pursue life for us, accomplishing goals and achieving things. But and I thought she was my soulmate because when I got married, I thought I was gonna get married one time and one time only. So yeah, I thought she was my soulmate, but I didn't think she was my soulmate from the standpoint of um, love at first sight, or she had the it factor. I don't know if she had the it factor for me. I just knew that when I said I do, that was gonna be forever. That was my goal because of what I saw growing up. My mother and father been married for 61 years. I wanted to follow in that line, following my parents' footsteps. It ain't gonna be all gravy, but we're gonna figure this thing out and stay together and hang in there. So that was my thinking. But it wasn't because of the it factor, if you will. So, however, after I got divorced, I met another young lady, and she had the it factor. Very special to me. Yeah, man, she was a special woman. Like, she probably was the most unique woman I ever met. I never met a woman who was consistent from start to finish, besides her. I never met a woman who said what she meant and meant what she said. She was the only person I ever met that did that. And shit, she was the first woman ever believed in me, like, wholeheartedly. And she didn't have to. She didn't really know me, but she saw something in me that made her believe in me. The words I said, even when I tried to break up with her, because I wasn't in a position to date. I realized the caliber of woman she was, and I seen my circumstances at the time I was in. I wasn't really qualified to date a woman like her because of my circumstances. You gotta think, when I met her, I was separated, going through a divorce. I was on child support, and I was paying alimony before the divorce decree was in place. So I didn't have a whole lot to offer. So when I realized the caliber woman she was, and shit, I didn't think I was that dude for her. So I told her, I said, yeah, we can't see each other no more. I said, I ain't the guy for you. I said, I'm going through too much. I'm not even divorced yet, number one. Number two, I don't got much to offer. I can't offer you much financially. I can't offer you much of anything. I said, I don't got no place to stay. I don't got my own nothing. I'm living with my sister. I said, I'm an over-the-road truck driver just to stay out people's way. So I don't be a burden to people. She looked me dead in my eyes and say, I ain't going nowhere. I got you. I believe in you. You remind me of my daddy. You know what she told me? Man, that caught me off guard. I said, yo, daddy. I said, yo, daddy was just a smart guy, super smart, intelligent dude, military man, disciplined man. How I remind you of him? I ain't nothing like that. He say the way you take care of your kids, how he took care of us. So I know you're a good man. Mess me up. She said, I got you. And that was it. She never let me go. I still tried to leave, but I couldn't do it. She called me one day and said, hey, babe, I made that chicken you like. What time you gonna be home for dinner? I wasn't even living with her at the time. You know what my fat ass did? I took her right over there and had dinner with her. Stayed the night with her. We was together ever since. But for us, she wasn't my forever because of tragedy. She passed away. And when she passed away, it was unexpected. Out the blue. So it came out of nowhere. So it was definitely a shocker and a surprise. But for whatever reason, she decided to go home. But shit, she was the only woman. Shit, the only woman I ever met that was that consistent. Man, she believed in me when my mama didn't believe in me. I ain't never had nobody like that in my life. And shit, that's tough to overcome. But unfortunately, nobody cares about her passion like I did. Cause everybody didn't know her like I know. So life had to go on. You see, you roll on or get rolled over. Had I stayed in that place of memories, in that dark place, I may have died of a broken heart. I may not be here today sharing my thoughts and my knowledge and my perspective with you on the podcast. But so I had to gather myself and get myself up and find the strength to keep going. That came through counseling. That came through therapy. That came through different individuals in my life that planted seeds that allowed me to get back on track. But yeah, she was the one that I think when you find that forever, it's just easy. Everything just easy. Everything ain't perfect, because I damn sure wasn't perfect. She had her flaws, but her flaws wasn't major. I damn sure wasn't perfect. But our love was just easy. Our relationship was effortless. And I had never experienced that before. And I've had some good women in my life, but I had never had a woman like that before. And she was that one. She was that one. And unfortunately, she's no longer here, but life goes on. So you just keep it pushing. And I mean, that was a tough. That was tough for me. And I tried to move on fast. But it didn't work. Got into another relationship fairly quickly because I got tired of crying. Just every day, all day, all night, just crying. I got tired of crying, so I just started dibbling and dabbling and mingling again, just so my heart wouldn't hurt so much. So yeah, but that wasn't the right thing to do, looking back, because I met another young lady. She was golden too, for a while. She helped me a lot, helped me tremendously. But I wasn't in the right mental space to take on a relationship of that magnitude. If it was just dinner here and there, casual, whatever, casual dating, that would have been cool. But trying to start a whole new relationship that on the same level as what I lost, it wasn't a good time for that. It could have been a good time, but I wasn't stable enough for a relationship. I tried to be, but I wasn't. She was a good soldier. She tried to she helped me much as she could, but I drove that woman crazy. You hear me? Because I was a shell of myself. I walked in that facade of who I once was before she passed away. But on the inside, I was none of that. I was a shell of myself. And I was this once confident, strong man who had vision, who knew where he was going, and had drive and determination to get what I wanted in life. All of a sudden, I became an empty vessel, a broken, fragile, empty vessel who couldn't keep nothing inside because I was fractured. And one thing about women are nurturers for the most part, and they're always trying to repair and fix you. And the young lady I met, she was trying to do that, but she couldn't do it. I was messed up, and she suggested counseling way sooner than I started it, but I didn't think I needed it. Not that I didn't believe in counseling, but I didn't understand grief counseling. Like, how the hell grief counseling don't help me? Is it gonna bring her back? It ain't gonna bring her back. So why need to talk to somebody about a person who I'm never gonna see again? I just thought time was gonna have to do it, but that was the wrong approach. I should have took the counseling sooner, but I didn't. I eventually did it, but by then it was too much damage to reconcile that relationship. Shit, I drove that woman crazy. Like, to this day, like, I don't hold her to nothing, to no fault. Um, was she perfect? No, she wasn't perfect, but I was the cause of the demise of that relationship because of my emotional instability, the ups and downs, of not handling and not processing the grief of losing um, my past fiance. So yeah, it took me a while to get to a place. Shit, probably about 2 years. Probably about 2 years and a lot of therapy before I got to a place where I can sustain a real relationship again. And that's when I met my current wife. I was going through therapy. Um, my mindset was different. My outlook on life was different. I had a positive outlook on life, or more of a positive outlook on life. Um, so I was able to maintain and sustain a better relationship with the young lady. Um, Still have my memories. Um, Never go forget her. I still have my memories, but I'm able to compartmentalize my memories better. And I'm able to, the pain is a lot less, you know. So I'm able to move. I was able to move forward in a positive, healthy manner and get involved with someone who I thought who I saw myself having a future with. So as things would be, I was able to get married again and move forward. Me and my wife, we're in a pretty good place. Things ain't perfect because we got blended families. I got 3 kids. She got her kids. Um, so yeah, it's we have our challenges, but it's nothing. It ain't nothing major. We good. We good. My wife is she funny. She love to have a good time. She's a nurturer. She's a nurse by profession, so she loves taking care of people. So she take care of her kids really well. She take care of me really well, and that's what I like. That's what I need. The thing that gravitated me to my wife, though, that allowed me to kind of like move forward in the manner in which I did, she wanted different. She wanted different. She come from a certain demographic, certain background, certain way of living. Um, and she got tired of the way she was living. She got tired of the relationship she was in, the type of dude she dated or whatever. And she said she wanted different. I'm nothing like the type of dude she was accustomed to dating, and she's nothing like the type of women I'm accustomed to dating. So I was intrigued by that, and I just wanted something fresh and something different. So I embarked on the journey with her, and we've been married now about 5 months. We've been together for about a year though, so things been so far so good. Just day by day. And we go through marriage couple. We go through marriage therapy together too. So not because there's trouble in paradise, but I'm a firm believer of an ounce of prevention is worth more than a pound of cure. So I try to do things and communicate in a way that we can prevent problems from even occurring instead of allowing problems to occur, then put the fire out. So that's why we go through marriage counseling, and I try to communicate with her so that we can overcome obstacles before they even happen. And my wife, on the other hand, she had her person too. She had her person too. I wish she wasn't so camera shy. She can get on and tell her own story, but I'll give you a snippet of what I know. I can't give you everything because I don't know everything, but I'll give you a snippet of what I know. her last baby father, she told me that he was the guy that she wanted to do life with, and but for whatever reason, it didn't work out. I don't know why it didn't work out, but it did work out. And she say she cool, she's over him. But when you have that person, there's just something about him. It's just something about him that you just wish it may have worked out, but for whatever reason it didn't. But the crazy thing is about us though, like she got a tattoo of his name on her shoulder, right? And I got my fiance, I got her a portrait of her on my leg, and I got her initials on my wrist. So we got memories. We got memories of our person on us. And that could be problematic to a weaker person who don't have the mental emotional strength to handle it. Yeah, when I got my portrait done, my female friend, I got 2 female friends I'm super tight with. I bounced a lot of stuff off of them. And my one female friend, she said, I wouldn't do that. That's going to be hard for you in your dating life once you do that. I said, I told her, I said, I'll be alone if nobody can handle it. I'll be alone. So I did, but it was problematic. It was problematic. So when women see it, they just, some of them might be turned off by it. Some of them, it's intriguing. They want to ask questions about it. But my wife, on the other hand, she didn't trip off of it. She ain't trip off of it. Me, on the other hand, I ain't gonna lie. Us men, we could dish it, but we can't take it. So, the tattoo ain't bothered me. It's just where it's placed at. So that was my thing. Like, cause we like to spoon this shit. We like to spoon this shit, right? So when we spoon, her shoulder be right in my face. So I'll be like, damn, I can't even kiss her on the back like I want to. Because that's where the tattoo at. So I'll be like, man, we can that tattoo removed. But, in actuality, I'm not going to force her to get that tattoo removed. If she get it removed, it'll be on her own. It won't be because of me. Because if I force her to do it, it may or may not, but more than likely, it's going to probably create resentment. If she wasn't ready to get rid of it, if she's even ready to get rid of it, she may not want to get rid of it. And that's cool if she don't, because we older. She's 45, I'm 49. That's just part of our story. I had to suck that shit up though. I ain't gonna lie. I had to suck that shit up. Because I was like, shit, I gotta look at this nigga name in my face every day. But, when I just stopped and got on my grown man shit, I had to realize that's just a part of her story. So yeah, just, that's why counsel is important. Talk to people who got some damn sense, who's non-biased. And they just give you some game. You have to stop and think about some things. But that's a part of her story. And I didn't want to, I thought about it. I said, I ain't going to change her story. If she do it, she'll do it on her own. I ain't going to do it for her. I ain't going to force her to do it, I should say. But that was a challenge for me. As petty as that may sound, or as minute as that may seem, that was a challenge for me in the beginning, only because of where it was placed at or whatever. But and after just, my grown man, like, really, like, you gonna let that stop a potentially great situation? And I just told her, I said, you ain't gotta get rid of that tattoo. You don't gotta get rid of it. If you get rid of it, it'll be because you want to do it, not because I'm gonna make you do it. Or I'm gonna like force you or just harass you to do it. I ain't gonna be that person. I almost was though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I almost was. So y'all let me know in the comments, how did y'all get over the loss of your said person that it didn't work? How did you get over that? And how does it affect you dating moving forward? Do you put your all into your next relationship like you did that relationship that failed with your said person that you want to spend the rest of your life with? Or you just take it easy? You don't put too much in it no more? Or you just don't really date for marriage, or you don't date for long term. You just date to date. How did it affect you moving forward? For me, it made me wanna love again. I thought I never would love again after I got married, after my first marriage dissolved. But man, shit. I don't know if I'm a hopeless romantic, but I just love love. I love the idea of love, but I'm afraid of love. I haven't really been in a lot of relationships in my 49 years of living. Um, but the older I get, man, the goddamn it, the softer I get, the more mushy I get. Like I'm a bag of goddamn water, man. I'm so goddamn soft and mushy. I'm pie, man. Like I don't get it. But the older I get, I just love that companionship. I love and I desire companionship. So yeah, I want to do it again, but this time I want to do it right. I don't know if I'm doing it better or worse. I just know I want to do it again, and I want a companionship. So, but I had such a good example with my fiance who passed away, my late fiance, that I want to do it again. I did. So it didn't stop me from wanting to find happiness again. Um, and I don't compare. I don't compare. That's one thing. I think that's a no-no. You should never compare one person to another person. You just have to admire the experience you had with that person and cherish the experiences you had with that person. But you can't compare because everybody's not the same. Everybody don't do things the same. So you can't compare. Well, you shouldn't compare. But if you start comparing, you're gonna lose the person anyway, the new person anyway, because they ain't trying to compete with that. They ain't trying to compete with said person. They don't give a damn about that last person you was with. You the only person to give a damn about the last person. So yeah, no, you don't compare. You just adjust, keep it pushing. You just adjust and keep it pushing because everybody's not the same. Everybody's not gonna love you the same. Everybody should strive to figure out how to love their partner correctly, but their partner is not going to be the same as your last partner, so you can't expect that. If you do, that's unfair. And you're probably not going to be in that relationship long anyway if you do that. My wife, she doesn't compare either. Like she never came across that she's comparing me to her last relationship or anything like that. So that's a good thing too. So you can't compare. You just have to you cherish the memories you had with that person, and just you hold them. I mean, if they meant that much to you, hold them close to the vest and keep it pushing. But you can't compare. You can't. You damn sure can't throw up. Well, such and such used to do it this way. Who want to hear that shit? I know I don't. I'm like, man, fuck you and such and such. Go back, go get his ass back. He mean that much to you? Shit, that's how I feel about it. So, and I would not dare, I tell you this, my relationship before my wife, it was almost as if she felt like she was in competition with my late fiance. I was puzzled by that because I don't compare. Now I do got the tattoos and stuff, but I don't compare. Even in my most unstable state of mind, I didn't compare. But she felt like the love that girl showed me, she couldn't compete with that. I'm like, but you don't have to. You don't have to compete with that. You do what you do. I love you for you. I wanted you for you, not because you remind me of her. Y'all totally different people. But she had a hard time accepting that. She felt like she couldn't fill them shoes. I'm like, I never asked you to fill them shoes. I want you to be you. Just be you. But yeah, that was tough. So yeah, everybody can't handle. Everybody can't handle you losing or you talking about that loss of that said person that you thought was gonna be your forever. And I experienced that. But me and my wife, we've been able to we haven't had no differences about comparing or um, he better than I was or she better than you are. It was we never went through no stuff like that. Shit, we just listen to each other. We share anything about our past. We just listen, and if it was a time to respond, we'll respond. Or if not, we just listen and keep it pushing. And we just love each other for who we have now. She loves me for the person I am now. She loved this version of me. She's not trying to create what I had, nor do I want her to, and vice versa. I'm not trying to create. I'm not trying to create nothing either. Like, if it's me, I can't be nobody but me. I know what I bring to the table. I know my assets, and likewise, she knows what she brings to the table. She know her assets. You know, we know our strengths, we know our weaknesses, and we're just trying to put this plan together the best way we know how, and figure it out the best way we know how. But let me know. I'm curious though. I just should give y'all a little bit of me and my wife's background, just a snippet. But I'm curious to know how y'all overcame, the ones who experienced similar things. How y'all overcame that, and how did it make your new relationship better, or did it make it worse? Do you currently date for a long-term relationship? Do you currently date to be in a long-term relationship or even marriage? Or you just casually date because you don't want to experience that heartbreak anymore? Let me know what you think in the comments. And again, please, man, y'all like, share, and subscribe. The more y'all like, share, and subscribe, the more YouTube will begin to open up what I can do on my platform. Like, it may come a day where I can have a live chat and we can talk back and forth, live stream. Be a live stream. I can answer your questions and comments live stream. But I need my subscriptions to go up. I need my followers to go up so we can get to that level. So please, man, y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. And we can begin to take my perspective podcast to new levels. And like I said, man, my goal is just to help couples or help men and women, and just recognize we more alike than we think. We more alike than we think. Are there gender roles? Most definitely there are gender roles. Those gender roles are innately within us from nature, from inception. And then you got man-made gender roles that we adhere to as well. They're interchangeable. Those are not, God ain't say that's what it is and so be it. Those roles are interchangeable depending on the type of relationship you're in. You got different types of leadership. Do I feel like the man is the head? I do. But do I think every man has the same leadership style? No, I don't. You have a hierarchy. And if you believe in the Bible tells you the hierarchy. God is the head of man is the head of woman is the head of the children. That's pretty much how nature operates. But the man, the leader, leader in the household, he had different styles of leadership. You have what they call a teamwork style of leadership. That's when the man delegates said duties based on one's ability to run the play. So if my wife is better suited, say we saving for a car. I don't save money well, but my wife saves money well. Who you think I'm be in charge of saving for that car? Me or her? Shit, her. I'm gonna give her my money every week. She gonna make it do what it do. Because if the money stay in the bank account, if the money stay in my bank account, I'm gonna pinch off it. I'm gonna pinch off it. So why would I not let her run that? Why would I not be strong enough with them myself to allow her to run that? Then you have men that, they're dictators. What I say, go. Shit, I don't care what you think. We're gonna do it my way. It may work. I mean, I know some people it work for them. Am I a fan of that? Not really, because I know for the most part women got a lot of value, and they add a lot of value to relationship. They add a lot of value to what's going on around us. So yeah, but some couples it works for them, and the woman is happy and the man is happy. So then you have some leadership styles where we come together at a meeting of the minds But ultimately, I got the last say so. You know, and whether you like it or not, I'm gonna make it do what it do. You ain't a dictator, you ain't a hard leader, but you still gonna make that thing do what it do after the input of the family. So yeah, it ain't no right or wrong way to do it. It's just whatever works best for your home. It's whatever works best for your home. So yeah, that's all I'm trying to do, man. Just create happy relationships. Hopefully, create happy relationships. Um, and I think that comes through communication. That's why I get on here every week and just conversate for 30, 40 minutes at a time. Just give you something to think about. Hopefully, you know, what I say, what I conversate, what I communicate with you. Hopefully, take it. Some people grab it, and it worked for them. If not, no harm, no foul. Because at the end of the day, it's just my opinion based on my perspective. That's it. But man, it's the end of the show for the day. Now I'm so glad y'all came and joined me. But we'll be back here every Monday. And again, I can't stress it enough, y'all. Please, please, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. It's your boy Big Hawk, man. We'll see y'all next week. Love y'all. Peace.